Hello, my name is David, and I'm desiring to become more well-rounded. If anything, this personal journey of mine has really made me see the importance of knowing what you're doing. And when you start obtaining different types of skills, you need to know how to sell those skills. So I've gone from being a child to a photographer, to a photographer, to a soldier, back to a photographer. Then I became a man that got his degree in film, because I thought that's where I wanted to go. But since I got that degree in film, I've also noticed that I like to do motion graphics. I do have a graphic design type of bent, and I'm like really starting to dig it. And that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I think the biggest insight I got from the 5 strategies was that they can be applied to almost any. They can all happen to me, or they all have in one way, shape, or another. They're not really individual, and I think you can actually probably use them in tandem with each other or in combination. To me, the biggest one of all of them, I think, was Ingmar Bergman's story from the first one about when you just suddenly find that thing that gives you wings. And I just happened at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. I just happened to order this Ingmar Bergman box set. Yes, from the Criteria Collection. It's got 39 of his movies, which is basically pretty much all of them. The funny thing is Max von Sydow died the day after I ordered it, and the day after he died, I received it. And their big claim to fame was that it was the Seventh Seal about the knight who plays chess with Death, or the Grim Reaper, or whatever you want to call it. And and by that Friday we were locked down. So, and then I had a very powerful movie about a month later, or moment. I had a very powerful moment about a month later when I actually finally got into the box set and discovered Ingmar's Island trilogy. And in fact, that even that has had me. I've had ideas about actually going back to Tacoma, Washington, and renting an Airbnb on one of the islands and directing a movie, or trying to find like-minded people, like finding like a troupe or a studio or something like that, where I can have actors, special effects artists, photographers, everybody, like doing everything, and then I can learn from them, they can learn from me, and everything will be great. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off there on a tangent. So as far as Ingmar goes, though, what I really want to say, what was really here on the paper, on the page, what I really want to say about Ingmar, though, and him, the moment where he's describing him, the feeling he gets from watching images in the dark, which is very, very much when I heard my calling with the darkroom and projecting images onto an easel and then printing them, and then so that story. So it was kind of fascinating to to see how Ingmar and I are very much alike, I guess. Next thing, we were okay. Here we go. Okay, so then that was the only one I really wanted to get into, because that was one thing I didn't like about the reading. Like most art, they put like everything in it, with him and his dad and everything, and then but like Coltrane and Bird Like that's like Coltrane's career. Like honestly, I don't even think I would have mentioned Coltrane, but I think I probably would have gone a little further down. Like after my like yeah, the story. See, that's the other thing. When he left Miles, um, he he went off to go do his own thing, and that's when he was like getting out of the smack, and then went and like he got off drugs, and then created the Love Supreme, which is really an amazing album. So I mean, it's just an amazing album. He meditated on it too, which was fascinating. But anyhow, I'm gonna probably edit all this out. Sorry. Okay, so next was so other things though too is in the army we were taught to adapt and overcome. That's how we were trained. And then by like with Futch and him not him adapting newer techniques and stuff. Create a whole new style basically of training, and which is I've seen that too. I've seen business that I was trained at doing photography was just decimated by when digital came out, because they want to get an internet presence too. They might have been trying, and then with Fuller, him coming back from losing everything, and then creating all new materials and stuff for houses. That's kind of that's kind of like my default mode right now. Especially I got out of the army six years ago, and then now I'm like with divorce, everything. Decided to take up photography again. Like what is my path? Where am I going? I'm trying to find a school. I didn't find a school until 2 years ago when I found Full Sail, and then so that kind of coming back out of the whole thing, and now I'm in my new room here in Mission Viejo, California, and I'm feeling very optimistic about finding a job. So, and this is my new bookshelf. These are my Marvel. Okay. So those five. That's how I kind of. And to be honest, I was reading this question the most because I just wasn't really understanding what you wanted. So I kind of figured but I think that's the most insightful, is using them and seeing how they are in your life. So, all right. So next, it was like a span on one of the 5 strategies and provide a turning point story from your own life that helped you begin to identify your life's tasks. And I think the one in particular is this moment in February 2012 when me and my best friend Andrew were cruising around in a Humvee, and we were just having a heart-to-heart. He was getting ready to get out of the army. Andy and I have pretty similar careers, other than his has shifted off by 1 year. So he was getting ready to get out in the next coming year, and he was not going to do it. And we were having a talk about it. I did not have anything to do with photography at the time, nor did I know what. In fact, it was still 2 years out. But he was saying how he wanted to go do what he wanted to go do, and which was graphic design. And we were already talking about maybe making a comic book together. Anyhow, so over the next 2 years, it came time for me to re-up, and I said no, I don't want to re-enlist, and they weren't giving me the stuff I didn't want to do, and I just came out a year having to be in charge of $14 million of equipment, and I just did not want any more responsibility. It was basically other than my own to me, and so because of that heart-to-heart with Andy, with him saying, yeah, I gotta go do me, ultimately, I said, no, I'm going to get out of the Army, started going back to school, and at the same time, I rediscovered photography as I was breaking up with my ex-wife. So, yeah. So, from that, I like to think that it's probably more like the Charlie Parker bird scenario, where I learned a lot from Andy to the point where I think, looking back now, and I don't even really like saying it out loud, but I might have actually succeeded him in a few things, I think. Or he made me as good as I am. I'd rather just say that. He made me as good as I am. Andrew Ward, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Ward. Okay. But also out of that with Andy died in 2018. I need to bring that up because that's actually why it's a big deal. It's not that I did not get past him in graphic design, but I am learning motion graphics now. And I made this logo, or the logo might be at the front of the video, but yeah, even more so when it came down to after he got out of the Army and he started doing graphics design, I started doing photography again. We were really kind of coming together, and yeah, he died. Like he died. Actually, he died when I was looking at getting when I applied to go do graphic design on campus at Art Institute in 2018. He died in May. And then I started at Full Sail beginning of 2019. And a lot of that, to his death, I think, was a lot of the catalyst to me going to Full Sail. Which is, and now, because of that, it's been almost exponential, I guess. I mean, it's just, I can't stop. Yeah, it's why I'm here. I mean, yeah. So, I'm just going to say that. And that was the hardest part of this whole thing. So, thank you. Okay. And so, my two personal goals that I can... Oh, wait, we got one. My dream... Ultimately, I want a studio. Like that Ingmar Bergman thing we were talking about. I want like a troupe of actors. I want to go make full-fledged things. Like... or be in charge of it, so, and get the talent to do it. Something I think I can do. I just need to meet more people. But yeah, so I want a studio, and I want a collective. I want to get back to that platoon sergeant feeling I had when Andy and I were platoon sergeants, where we each had, a team together, and that's really what I want. I want a studio. And as far as the things, the only goals I have right now, I want to get disciplined and I want to get organized. That's really the only thing I got on my thing right now. I mean, that's the only thing I really have going for me right now. When I came out of Florida, a lot of the stuff, there was cockroaches and stuff on a lot of the stuff. So, been cleaning those off. So now I'm in a really nice place, and I just want to keep that going, as well as and I want to start doing more of this, just vlogging. I want to do it with more. I want to get more disciplined with that, making scripts and everything, doing it more like how I'm doing here, even though I know I've gone off script, and so I hope you do not take away too much marks for that. But that's it, and I'm happy to be here. Love Mastery. Hope all that works out. I'm gonna throw up a couple references to the book, and we're good to go. All right, thanks for being there for me. Thank you. I appreciate it.